Hey, how you doing? This is Carvel Bailey. So I was talking to a buddy of mine the other day. He's actually in Las Vegas, and I was actually talking to another buddy of mine who's actually a college head coach here in Illinois, and the conversation was actually the same. So many parents and coaches nowadays are basically like the mantra is D1 or bust. D1 or bust. So many parents and so many coaches have brainwashed, and I'm using that term intentionally. They've brainwashed their athlete to believe that if they don't have a Division I scholarship offer, it's not worth it. And so many athletes hurt themselves because they're either disrespecting or, in the coaching realm, we call it big timing. All right. Disrespecting or big timing other coaches because they're waiting for that one call. Well, what if that one call doesn't come? Now you have to kind of go back through your phone, through your Rolodex, through your text, through your emails, whatever it may be. And now you have to cross that bridge that, unfortunately, a lot of athletes have burned. And so now, as parents, you guys are going crazy. As coaches, some coaches may not care, but some coaches now are looking, silly, so to speak, because now the parent is blaming the coach. Parent is blaming you as the coach, saying, how come you didn't help my kid get in college? And so now it's the coach's fault because the coach has probably told the kid, if you don't go D1, don't talk to these other coaches. Or the coach is having a hard time getting the athlete to understand, hey, you probably want to talk to these ladies and or these men to start to build a relationship just in case that call from across the bridge doesn't come. Like, you don't want to burn it because you may have to walk back over and now sit and talk. So my message today to all parents, to all coaches, let's stop brainwashing athletes. All right. And so the conversation that the coach and I were having was, understand that there are over, I believe, 347, maybe 349 now, like 353 on the women's side, Division I programs. And so you have to understand, even on a high school level, there are levels, right? There are levels. If you know Meek Mill, right? He had a song called, levels to this. So just like in college, right? You have different levels. You have junior college, you have NCAA Division III, you have NAIA, which is now all one division. It used to be Division I and II. And then you have Division II NCAA, you have Division I NCAA, and then there are a few other leagues. I believe USCAA, again, is like the Christian basketball league and those things. But so there's levels to it. So my point is, if your athlete, and here's what I want you to think about. If your athlete is not playing for one of the top tier teams in their city or in their state, then can they play for a top tier team on the next level? And again, I'm using that intentionally because we know that athletes are getting recruited on all levels. They're getting recruited on all levels. So let's not, sugarcoat this, okay? So if athletes are not staying in their home high school area and they're going where they're wanted, if your athlete is not playing for one of the top teams in their area or in their state, then are they really capable or are they really ready for that next level of play on a college level? And then we go a little bit one beyond that. If your athlete is not the man or the woman on their team right now, let's get our athletes to understand, take the best opportunity that comes to them. Because when you go to these Division I schools, understand that out of the 12 scholarships that most of these Division I schools have, they're getting the best player from probably 12 different institutions. So if they're getting the best player from that high school team, and if your athlete is not the best player on their team or close to it, we have to start allowing our athletes to look at each and every opportunity presented to them. Like it hurts my heart a lot of times when I see athletes on the back end, they've lost out because they had the mentality D1 or bust. And they bust. Like they busted. Now what? Now they have to go back over that bridge that they really burned because they didn't want to have time to talk to those other coaches back then and there. So, like, it's no shade, no rant, this is 100% educational. The number one goal should be to help your student athlete get themselves a free education. That should be the number one goal, to help your student athlete get a free education no matter where it is, as long as it's a program that's going to care for them personally as well as athletically. So let's stop brainwashing kids saying that they're D1. They may have talent, but there are tons and tons and tons of athletes that are talented that does not play on a Division I level because it just wasn't the right fit for them. All right. So I hope this helps you. I hope this helps your athlete. Let's keep them open to all opportunities, because at the end of the day, the number one goal for really should be for majority of student athletes and majority of the student athletes' parents is just to get a free education. And then use the ball. Don't let the ball use you. And if you say that you are only capable of going Division I, the ball is probably using you. All right. Parents, if you want more information on how you can save money on college by helping your unrecruited or your under-recruited student athlete get the right scholarship for them, then go check out my free case study video at b2bsdhoopsmastery.com, b2bsdhoopsmastery.com. All right. Talk to you guys a little bit later. Peace.